Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is the Faces Digest and welcome back to the ABC Murderers. Hero Pinsoir is in the title, and essentially we are back. We left off right off here where once we listened to the gramophone track.
It looks like this woman is single, but she has feelings for someone.
That is a bold observation, but to who? Betty and Donald. Eyes brimming with tears, no wedding ring. Obviously, she is very single. Cat lady in the making.
So intensely at this photo. But is it really a sister that she's studying in this manner?
That is an excellent question.
They made the perfect couple, am I correct?
Yes, in a way. She was pretty and he...
Well?
He's a bright man, with a promising career ahead of him. He would have made Betty a good husband. He was always attentive and generous. Oh, a true gentleman.
I hear a note of envy in your voice.
You must have heard wrong.
Donald appeared to be very much in love with your sister.
Yes, he was mad about her.
Mad, you say? Being madly in love can often be destructive, and Mr. Fraser was known for being jealous, I believe.
No more than average. Men are always slightly possessive, especially when they are with a pretty woman.
I am not your enemy, Mademoiselle Bernard.
And you are not my friend either, Mr. Poirot, sir.
Yes, but your lies are not helping Mr. Fraser, or you for that matter. I know that Fraser was jealous, but I wonder why you feel the need to protect him.
Protect him? I hope you're not suggesting...
That you are Fraser's accomplice? There is nothing to suggest that, at least not yet. It would appear that your sister's murder is the second in a series that we have to stop as quickly as possible. The first was in Andover, and the same as your sister, the murderer sent me a letter informing me that a crime would be committed in that town. Now can I count on your honesty?
Yes, you have my confidence, Mr. Poirot. Don is a quiet and sensitive young man. Slightly reserved, too. And as is often the case with reserved people, when he flew into a temper, he completely lost control. He could be so violent. Betty was frightened.
And when was this?
The first time was about a year ago. But they rowed more recently. Donald found out that Betty had lied to him. She said she was going out with a girlfriend, but she went out for dinner with a married man. It was an awful scene. She told him that until they were married, she was free to go with whoever she pleased. Donald turned quite pale and started shaking and kept saying one day...
Well?
He'd commit murder.
So you were afraid that he would become our main suspect. I know that Fraser was jealous, but I wonder why you feel the need to protect him.
Exactly. Had you not told me about the case, I would never have dared to tell you about this little matter. Don loved Betty with all his heart. I can't imagine for one instant that he would hurt her.
Very good, Mademoiselle Bernard. Thank you for your help.
Fraser is at the Ginger Cat. The police haven't spoken to him, but they want to.
Très bien, Hastings. Let's see him now. Au revoir, mademoiselle. My deepest condolences to your parents.
Of course, Mr. Poirot. And don't be too hard on Don. He's more fragile than he looks.
If you say so. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Okay, let us try. Well, what had Betty planned to do with her evening? Okay, she used to... Okay. Betty lied to Donald because she had a date with another man. Okay, that much is pretty obvious. Did Betty know her assailant? The man seduced Betty before taking her to the beach where he strangled her. Okay.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Okay. What is Megan's behavior hiding? Okay. Well, it has to be one of these. Well, I can just keep going by the system of elimination, you know? So, bam, bam. Okay. There we go. Man has a soft spot for Donald. Have a motive for killing her sister. No, that's not it. Okay. Megan was jealous of Betty. Okay, that much is obvious. Don't have a motive for Betsy's murder. Oh, let's see about this. Oh, I'm missing a piece. Okay.
Mr.
Hastings always pays more attention.
Okay. I do believe I failed one of the achievements, but... it doesn't really matter. I can go. I need to do a second playthrough anyways.
What is your feeling?
He's a big chap. Fragile isn't exactly the word that springs to mind. I talked to his landlady before seeing him. She went to bed at 11. Fraser wasn't home yet.
Bien. Megan Barnard said he is a reserved character but with a nasty temper. We will see if this is the case.
Okay. Well, he very well could have killed her, but I doubt it. I think it's the ABC murderer. Yep, let's head on over there.
How do you do, Mr. Fraser?
You Hercule Poirot? Mr. Hastings said you wanted to speak to me.
Yes. I know that it may not be the right time, but I would like to ask you a few questions.
Let us observe him first.
This man looks suspicious.
He's drinking. He hasn't slept. Whiskey.
Donald Fraser is in a terrible state. as if he hadn't slept all night.
Nice.
And he's drinking white horse.
Leave me alone.
Okay.
Tell me that it's a mistake. That Betty isn't dead.
Sadly, your lady friend has been murdered, Mr. Fraser.
Oh, Betty, if only you'd listened.
If she had listened to you, she would still be alive. Should I take that to be a confession?
With that sort of thinking, you must send a lot of innocent men to prison. Under different circumstances, I might even find you amusing, sir.
It's no time for amusement, Mr. Fraser. It is time to find your fiance's killer. Did you know what her plans were for the evening?
She said she was having dinner with her sister.
Yet, Megan only returned to Bexhill this morning, Mr. Fraser.
I didn't know.
Right. May I ask you what you were doing yesterday evening?
I spent the evening working.
Your colleagues can confirm this?
No, I often take work home with me.
Therefore, you have no alibi, Mr. Fraser.
That's right. But that doesn't make me a murderer, Mr. Poirot. I would like you to leave now, please.
Ah, I knew I'd find you here, Poirot. I thought the victim's young man was here.
Yes, is all yours, Chief Inspector. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Did Donald have a motive? But Donald doesn't have an alibi. Okay. Donald had a motive for killing Betsy. Jealousy. Does Donald have an alibi? He does not. Motive for all the murders? No, he does not. Yeah. Okay, return to the crime scene. ¿Por qué?
Fraser doesn't have an alibi and he's extremely jealous.
You are very skilled at summing up.
And yet you haven't asked Japp to arrest him.
It is too soon. But I agree, without the letters announcing the crimes, Fraser would already be behind bars. Bon, I think we have enough elements. Let's reconstruct the events at the scene of the crime.
Oh, nice, another
I can't
reconstruction.
imagine how the murderer wasn't seen, though. Surely she must have struggled.
Let us try and imagine the scene.
Okay, well, let us see then.
The killer and the victim are walking on the beach. Miss Betty has a bag, a belt around her waist, and carries her shoes in her hand. Both of them walk slowly to hut number 5.
Change Betty, advance.
Both of them walk slowly to hut number 6.
Okay, change Betty.
Miss Betty enters the hut. She leaves without her belongings. Then she hides a code.
Okay.
They
Advance.
keep walking. Then she removes her belt.
The murderer moves behind her and then attacks her by surprise. The body falls, lifeless, on the sand.
Everything appears to match the crime scene, mon cher Hastings. That is exactly what happened.
Nice. So I got another one right. That's good.
Without the ABC, we might have suspected Mr. Asher and Mr. Fraser. But by signing his crimes, the murderer is making sure he's accused. In a way, it is very generous of him.
Generous? The murderer seduced Betty in order to lure her to the beach and kill her.
Indeed, the young woman was certainly careless, but not stupid enough to follow a stranger.
What are you planning to do, Poirot?
Return to London, mon cher Hastings.
Okay, let's go back to London then. If there's nothing else for us to do here, we can only return back to London. Okay. Let's go back. Romantic.
Back to London. There is nothing more for us to do here.
Okay, nice. Well, let's go back.
Japp has decided to reveal details to the press. The alphabet murder is now famous.
It is not a bad idea. The more people who know, the greater our chances of finding out something of interest.
Poirot, I have a bad feeling. Poor Mr. Poirot, not so good at these little criminal matters as you thought yourself, are you? Rather past your prime, perhaps. Let us see if you can do any better this time. This time, it's an easy one. Churston on the 30th. Do try and do something about it. It's a bit dull having it all my own way, you know. Good hunting. Ever yours, ABC. Good hunting. Did you hear that, Poirot? The murderer seems to be taking it all as a game, a challenge. He will strike on 30th in Churston. We must warn Scotland Yard. No time to lose. We must prepare our suitcases for Churston.
Mon Dieu, it is already 10 o'clock. I will call Scotland Yard immediately.
Pyramidal mustache. I actually love the mustache thing. Okay. Can we perhaps get it again? Additional ego points? Yeah, nice. Okay. Oh, is there anything different? Let's take a look at the newspapers.
Daily Flicker, July 30, 1935. ABC affair, no progress. The alphabet murderer is still on the run. Ever since the police found the connection between the Bexhill and Andover affairs, the inquiry has barely progressed. In this issue, we are publishing provocative letters sent by the killer to Hercule Poirot. Unfortunately, they have not yet helped to find him. Daily Flicker, July the 26th, 1935. The Bexhill Horror. Young maid strangled on the beach. Killer struck at midnight.
Interesting. Well, well done. We do have something additional over here. Hastings Huntings.
Hastings' photo album. He is very proud of his bag. Bexillancy, Sussex, population 24,703.
Okay. I got some random geographical data for you. I wonder if we have anything else over here.
It is not a good time.
What do you mean it's not a good time?
I lock my revolver in this drawer. I've not used it in a very long time.
Okay. Yeah.
Hello, chap.
Okay.
We received a new letter from ABC in the 10 o'clock post.
Where and when?
In Churston. Today.
Today? I'll inform the population immediately.
I'll check the train times. Call me back.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It is not a good time.
Ah.
Hastings, what you are doing is an absolute disaster. That is no way to pack suitcases.
Heavens, we must hurry. We have to get to Churston before the murder.
Well, the order is
Hastings'
essential.
order and method are always necessary, regardless of the circumstances.
Okay, okay. I'll let you pack them.
All the same, it really is a disgrace to leave your belongings in such a mess.
I would tend to agree. Badly closed toothpaste. Oh, that's toothpaste. Unprotected bottles, odd socks.
Voila. It only took a minute.
Ah, yeah.
Poirot, you were right.
About what?
I've just consulted the ABC guide. There's no hurry. The next train doesn't leave till 11:45.
You see, there is no need to hurry. We will not be in Churston until tomorrow morning. After the murder.
But why has the murderer warned us so late? It's not what he usually does. Did he do it on purpose?
Very good question, Hastings. We should also compare the letter we have just received with the other two. Although I have very little doubt about what we will find.
Symmetry is the source of all beauty. Okay. Okay, nicely done.
It is not a good. It is not a good.
Okay, but shouldn't I go there to compare
It
it?
is not a good.
Okay. Let's leave then.
Hastings, it would appear that you are getting slightly thin on top.
Really? I hadn't noticed.
It is not the right.
It is not the right time, huh? Okay. Well,
It is not. I do not need to. It is not.
well. Where do you want me to compare the letters then?
It is not.
If not here. Ah.
Poor Mr. Poirot. Not so good at these little criminal matters as you thought yourself, are you? Rather past your prime, perhaps? Let us see if you can do any better this time. This time it is an easy one. Cheston on the 30th. Do try and do something about it. It is a bit dull, having it all my own way, you know. Good hunting. Ever yours, ABC. It is not a good... It is not... It is not...
Okay, and where might I compare them? Okay, I'm obviously missing something, but it's actually kind of annoying right now. Okay, apparently the envelope that was torn over here is the thing that we are missing.
Hastings tore the envelope.
There we go. And now with those two pieces of the envelope, we will be able to actually reconstruct this.
Right, let us compare this new letter with the second one.
Which I still think is BS.
Let us examine this more closely. Certain characters in the two... Yes, this I is...
Okay, I and I.
Yes, the I character. I have to find some...
Yeah, okay. A.
Yes, the...
And A.
That's right. The A characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some others.
W.
The W is not printed properly. Of course, the W characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. My theory was right. These two letters were written with the same typewriter. Let's now try.
No, okay. What's the wrong address? The letter I left because of an error in the address.
The letter should have arrived in time. The postmark shows that it was sent 3 days ago. However, our man made a mistake in the address, which explains the delay. All the same, the post office took their time correcting the error.
Come on, Poirot. Your address is not quite as well known as that of Scotland Yard. Poirot, the telephone. It must be Jap.
Yeah, very likely it is him. Well, what I've gathered, he is an incredible, neat, clean freak.
I have some news from Churchton. Bad news, I'm afraid. Sir Carmichael Clark was murdered while out on his evening walk.
Sir Carmichael Clark. The name is familiar to me.
He was a famous throat specialist, one of the best in London. A wealthy man, he retired to Combside, a beautiful house by the sea. He collected antiques.
Are you going there?
Yes, let's meet on the train.
Well, okay, interesting. The plot thickens. Okay.
The victim is called Sir Carmichael Clark, one of the best throat specialists in London. The body was still warm when we found it. If we'd been warned earlier, we definitely could have saved him.
It appears that the murderer made a mistake when he wrote his letter.
A mistake? Lucky for him.
And what if he did it on purpose?
No. He's defined his madcap rules and he's sticking to them. It's a matter of pride for him. Shall we go up to the house, Poirot?
You go, my friends. I will come soon.
Okay. We have to observe everything here.
This place is very calming.
What is this? A mole? A rabbit hole? Okay, I thought it was like a mole thing. Okay.
The site is exceptional. It is easy to imagine that Sir Carmichael used to enjoy stopping here every evening.
Yeah, I'll be perfectly honest, this does look incredibly good.
The body is just in front of a bush. One of the only bushes in the surrounding area. The vegetation behind the bush has been trampled.
So it's the bush in the surrounding area.
Jap has emptied the victim's pockets and has laid out their contents on this piece of wax cloth. It is pointless. An oriental dragon.
There we go.
It's an old piece, much older than the pocket watch on which it was fastened. Nothing appears to be missing from this wallet.
Yeah, the wallet is full. What about the ring?
A signet ring, very probably with the Clark family's coat of arms.
Okay.
Sir Carmichael's throat was cut. It's a clean incision, a professional murder.
And an ABC. Stuck to C.
An ABC guide. The murderer's customary
ABC
signature,
guide.
covered in blood this time.
Okay.
Apart from the wound to the throat, the body is untouched. No cuts, no bruises. Apart from the wound, the gravel on the path has been sprayed with blood that covers a conical-shaped area, which starts at the body and becomes wider as it moves further from the bush. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Ow. Position when he was killed. The body was found in front of the only bush. Ow. Ow. He had his back to the bush, definitely. What do you think about that, my little cat?
Sir Carmichael had his back to the bush when the killer cut the throat from behind. A fatal blow that sprayed blood over a range of more than 1 meter. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Did you see his murder? Trample grass behind the bush. Victim only had the... Yeah, he did not see who struck him.
Have you finished, Poirot?
Chief Inspector, many questions remain unanswered, but I am certain of one thing.
The murder was carefully planned.
The killer has prepared his crime very carefully.
Quite right. He must have known Sir Carmichael's movements well to plan such an attack.
The murder was very violent.
The murderer struck with terrible savagery.
Yes, blood flowed. It's the first time he's attacked a man. He armed himself accordingly.
Have you spoken to the victim's family, Chief Inspector?
I've spoken to the brother, Franklin Clark. I didn't get much out of him. He's yours. I must get the body removed.
Ye move, cat. Okay, so we cannot go down here either, so let's just go over here then. Where do I go?
I had better go up to...
Aha. There is a clickable interaction thing that I completely missed.
To be honest, this inspector seems rather obtuse. I'm counting on your friend Poirot to catch my brother's murderer. Ah, here he is now. Please, Mr. Poirot. Mr. Poirot, this is my brother's secretary, Miss Thora Gray.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Poirot. Would you like some tea?
No, thank you, mademoiselle. I find it hard to digest.
Let us observe.
There is something elegant about her.
Yeah. She even has this. Started makeup. To a very classical style blouse.
She has good taste, except perhaps in her choice of jewelry.
Please excuse me, I have to take care of Lady Clark.
It is not the right time. It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to question him.
My brother's wife is gravely ill. You will probably want to question her, but I fear that it won't be possible today.
Okay.
Of course, I understand. Someone set a trap for your brother. Who was familiar with his habits?
Everybody knew he took his evening walk at 8:30, and that he always followed the same path.
And did people of the village know Sir Carmichael's habits?
I don't know. It's possible.
What were you doing last night?
After dinner, I went to my bedroom. At 11 in the evening, the telephone rang. It was the police. I went to look for my brother.
Was it a dark night?
It was a new moon. I took a lantern.
So it was you who found the body?
Yes, along with the gardener.
Have you seen any strangers around the house recently?
No. As far as I know, nobody has been near the house.
Miss Clark.
Oh, Lady Clark must have fallen from her chair. I have to help Miss Gray get her up.
Hastings, while our host is gone, let's examine the drawing room.
But, Poirot, a gentleman shouldn't...
I take full responsibility. All you have to do is to leave the drawing room door ajar and let me know if anyone is coming.
Okay.
A tiger. A turtle.
Okay, they're very...
Dragon, dragon, dragon. Sir Carmichael showed himself to be very consistent in his collection's theme. A dragon.
Okay. It's dragons all around, obviously. What is this, a swan?
Crane?
Okay, what is the book?
Comside's private collection. Purchases since 1920. The catalogue for Sir Carmichael Clark's collection.
Okay.
It is an emperor. His place at the center of the table is probably symbolic.
Yeah, most likely. Okay. Oh, it's another one of them puzzles.
Turtle, the dragon, the crane, and the tiger. I think I've already seen this motif somewhere.
Okay.
The position of each motif is correct, but they are not turned the same way as on the table. The position of each motif...
Okay.
The cardinal points. This book could maybe help me.
Oh,
Each
no.
cardinal point is associated with one animal and one color. In the middle sits the imperial dragon, and out of respect, all the others are turned towards him. Each cardinal point...
I respect all of them are turned towards him.
The position of each motif is...
Okay. Like this, then I guess. Oh, okay. I think I get it.
Position of each motif resembles that of those on the table. Position of each motif resembles...
Okay. Ah, okay, so the red one needs to go on top. Okay. The white one needs over here. Okay, and the black one is needed over here. Black, black, white, white. Okay. Red, red.
Bang. Could it be this cupboard?
I actually solved it. I'm so freaking smart.
This is interesting.
Okay, nice.
Ernest Logan, MD, Brighton Cancer Institute, 201 Dusk Road, Brighton, Sussex. To Sir Carmichael Clark, MD, Comsite Churton, Devon. Brighton, 1935, January the 5th. As a man of science, I owe it to you to be completely frank. Lady Clark, your wife is suffering from a generalized terminal cancer. I confess I didn't suspect anything like that during the first exams. But with the test results I have received today, there is unfortunately no place for doubt. I estimate that Lady Clark's life expectancy is no more than 1 year. Hospitalization would not help her case. So I advise you to keep her at home and provide her with as much morphine as required to ease her last moments. Yours sincerely, Ernest Logan.
Okay, well, that's a bummer.
These daggers are only ceremonial weapons. I do not think that the crime weapon is here.
Here's Miss Grey.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Lady Clark's condition requires regular care. I believe you want to ask me a few questions.
Indeed, mademoiselle. This porcelain is remarkable. Is it old?
It's about 3 centuries old, I believe. Wait, let me find the reference.
Okay, let us observe her again.
She appears to be very flustered.
Bright eyes. Quick breath. Oh.
She's unable to hide her emotion, and her makeup has been disturbed. I think that this young woman has just been kissed.
Interesting.
Here? Teapot with black dragon, Gangshi period, end of the 17th century. It is a rare piece with unusual colours.
You have a good knowledge of art history.
Acquired while working with Sir Carmichael. I used to help him manage his collection and choose his new acquisitions.
And sometimes he used to give you a piece as a gift. Is that right?
Gift? What do you mean?
I am referring to your brooch.
This old brooch?
Mademoiselle, you know perfectly well. I am talking about the magnificent brooch you were wearing earlier.
Yes, you're right. Sir Carmichael did give it to me. He valued my work. How could I refuse? He would have been offended.
Why have you taken it off?
I don't understand, Mr. Poirot.
Have you seen any strangers hanging around in the past few days?
No. Nobody has been near Comside.
What were you doing yesterday evening at the time of the murder?
I was sleeping. I was woken by the telephone at 11. I heard Franklin Clark speaking with the gardener. They left with some lanterns and they found the body.
Why do you hate Franklin Clark?
But why would I hate him?
Miss Grey, if I may be so bold, please do not take offence. My friend has rather unusual methods, but all he wants is to find the murderer.
Yes, I understand. I must rest. Please excuse me.
Earlier, you asked me to watch the living room door for you. I don't wish to be indiscreet, but sometimes a gentleman stumbles upon a secret without intending to.
That is sometimes the case.
And I saw Franklin Clark kissing Miss Grey at the foot of the stairs.
Do you think this is a common occurrence?
No, I saw emotion, intensity. I think it was their first kiss.
Well done, mon ami. Well spotted.
However, I don't think I completely understand this business. Why did Sir Carmichael not defend himself? He appeared to have been active and strong.
The murderer did not give him a chance. Let us try and reconstruct the scene.
Okay, hold on. Oh, I made a mistake. Oh no.
Sir Clark
Okay.
is taking his customary walk. Our killer is hiding behind a bush. The old man walks quietly along the gravel path. Then he turns towards the sea to gaze at it.
Mm-hmm.
The killer leaves his hiding place on the right-hand side. He approaches silently over the grass.
And he cuts the throat.
Then he throws himself on his prey and cuts the poor man's throat. He then lays down the ABC before leaving. Everything appears to match the crime scene, Monsieur Hastings. That is exactly what happened.
Possible. Can I examine the rest of the scene, or am I stuck with this?
Oh, just a minute. I'm getting dressed.
Mr. Kirst, have you recently returned from Churston?
Yes. Indeed I have.
Have you seen the papers? And to think that you might have rubbed shoulders with the killer. Imagine that. Mr. Kirst, are you all right? You don't seem well.
My apologies. My throat is burning and my head feels heavy. It's ever since the war, you know. Since my injury, my head has never been the same.
Oh, okay.
Poirot, it's a pleasure to be with you again after all these years. I looked for a gift to thank you, and I found this propelling pencil.
An authentic collector's item. You spoil me, mon ami.
And you more so by sharing investigations.
Do not underestimate the help you are to me, Hastings. Intellect is not everything. There is also goodwill, and you are not short of that. Later, I will ask you to help me tidy up the room and bring some chairs. Our guest will be here soon.
Ah, is Thora Grey coming?
Naturally. She is a fascinating young woman, n'est-ce pas?
Oh, come on, Poirot. I'm a married man. And Miss Grey has already been courted by Franklin Clark. Poirot, our guests will be here soon. We must prepare ourselves.
Okay.
I should take advantage of the silence to examine them.
Definitely.